Hey, it's Mark. This episode is brought to you in part by AskTheHairGuy.com and Mark's Luxury Hair Care. If you're a boutique, salon owner, independent stylist, and you're interested in carrying our products, we'd love to hear from you. Why? Because, well, that's what pays for everything. Anyhow, enough business. I get paid a nickel every time I say it. Today we're talking a little bit about omission versus commission. All right. So when I was a part of a Judeo-Christian based religion, they used to always talk about sins. That's a whole other subject. But sins of omission versus sins of commission. Things that we commit purposely versus things that we, aren't exactly upfront about. And well, as you know, I often talk about how we as creatives must first guard ourselves from other people's energy that may be negative, that may be heavy, that may bring us down. And secondly, we have to guard what we share. So anyhow, here we go. Now, today I had a tremendously busy day adulting, my least favorite thing. And as I always address creatives, mainly because that's who I know, that's how I've grown up, that's how I have become an old man. I surround myself with creatives because I love their energy. I love to feed upon them. I love to encourage them. That's my favorite. But every once in a while, I have to do things like life insurance, car insurance, homeowners insurance, which all seem to come due right about now for me. So I'm a little bit stressed out. So let's first center ourselves, okay? And again, this is for all creatives. I use the words of hair all the time because that's who I am. I'm AskTheHairGuy.com. But nonetheless, mad shout out to McKinney, Texas, that gave me my start in life. I appreciate you guys, everybody who ever knew me out there and knew my humble beginnings in my little salon in Fairview, Texas. Thank you. Thank you for your contributions to my life. Nonetheless, we're here in the Zen. Let's breathe in and then hold. Breathe out. Let's do that a couple more times. I've got to calm down. That's it. Breathe in with me again. Hold. All the way down to the belly. Slowly release through the mouth. Let's chill. Let's chill. Let me tell you, every time I have to pay for something big, it freaks me out a little bit. Money's hard to come by. And we all can relate to that. I don't care if you're a billionaire, because then you spend millions and millions, or if you're just an average Joe like me, in which case, well, it's the same. That's what I've learned from years of service. Nonetheless, so sins of omission versus sins of commission. There are things that I could commit against you. And that's a terrible thing to do. That's a sin in some faiths. There are also things that I could perhaps neglect to tell you. Those are omissions. Things that, kind of fall into that gray area sometimes. But that's not even what I'm talking about, because I don't even like to talk about sins per se. I like to think of life more as the rhythm of the earth, finding the rhythm of the earth through meditation, through prayer. And I talk about omission versus commission because sometimes as we guard ourselves from the negative energy of servicing others, which I love tremendously. I'm so thankful that I can be a creative and that I can somehow make a living doing what I do. But I also understand that as someone who perhaps does this for a living, I have to be very careful because I'm trying to appeal to a broad audience of people that perhaps want to pay for my services, which I'm so freaking grateful for. Thank you. That's how I support my family. That's how I pay for my Palo Santo to burn in the background. The reality is, however, that not everyone sees eye to eye with me and my viewpoints, and that's fine. And I'm not here to discuss my political views or my religious views or my anything. What I am here to do is encourage you as a creative, getting ready for your launch for the week, to go service clients, to do whatever it is you do out there. And again, please reach out to me. I love it when you communicate with me. You know, that yes, it's important we guard against other people's negative energies, but let's not cast pearls before swine. You don't have to admit or even talk about things that may be sacred and private to you. There are so many things that are private and sacred to me. Not that I'm ashamed or that I wouldn't tell you if you push me, but I have to also understand that I have to be a little bit apolitical. I have to be sort of neutral sometimes about things. And in these diverse times where things are tumultuous and people are arguing about things that really don't even matter, nonetheless, when you make a living servicing others, it's super important to not purposely try and offend them. Now, occasionally I get that jerk face that tries to yank it out of me. And, well, I'm going to tell you what I'm into if you're going to push me. And if you don't like it, well, sometimes you're not a fit. Maybe you don't fit with my shtick. That's fine. That's okay. That just means you don't belong in my sphere. Nonetheless, I'm not here to try to offend anyone. I always say, you know, especially in a world of political tensions, you know, it's a bit like, it's a bit of a tug of war. It's a bit like you have to be careful not to offend others because that directly could affect my living, my ability to provide for myself. And if I can't provide for myself, I can't help others. That would be devastating. Nonetheless, I hide nothing. My life is an open book. But don't ask me questions that you may not want the answers to, because that ain't healthy either. Nonetheless, as we start our week, remember to take those deep breaths. Shorten your breaths. No. Deeply breathe. Breathe in. I like to go for about 4. I like to hold for 3 or 4. I like to exhale for about 8. We really get that nervous system to calm down. Prepare myself for the week. Some people are going to be kind and gentle and uplift me, and some are not. And that's okay. I appreciate all of you coming to see me. I appreciate everyone who supports me. Nonetheless, you as a creative, remember, guard yourself from other people's negative energy. You are not obligated to share the intimate details of your life. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's best not to admit everything. Let there be an air of mystery. Relax. You are not obligated to cast pearls before swine that possibly could be sacred and personal to you. Guard those things. Those are yours and only yours and your family and whomever you choose to share them with. God bless you. Thank you to my customers. I did want to give a quick shout out to the Boho Chapeau, my friend Barbara's business. We made these hats. I got to burn in the design and put little thingies on there. Nonetheless, I'll share a link down below. But if you're ever looking for something fun to do, it was a blast. Stacy did this one for us. I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty cool. The Boho Chapeau and the Rowdy Rooster. Thank you for inviting us and helping us to do our hats, and we will enjoy them from here to eternity. Remember that you are creative. You are endowed by your maker with the ability to create with your hands, with your mind, with your eyes, with your thoughts, with your mouth. But remember, sometimes you don't have to share everything about your private and personal and sacred life. Hold those things dear so that when you go home, you can enjoy that with those you love or by yourself or whatever your stick is. Mad love to you guys. Please like and share or whatever. I don't even know how this all works. I appreciate your views. Getting a lot of hits on Instagram lately. Thank you, Instagram people. Who knew? I always put these up on YouTube. And as you can hear, the cop cars and the ambulances. This is my personal home. This is my Zen. And this is where you'll find me every Tuesday. Let's connect. Connect with me. Tell me who you are, where you're coming from, and why you're even watching me. Nonetheless, mad love, guys. I'll see you next week, all right? Guard that energy. Keep those things sacred within you. You don't have to lead to everybody who is your patron. God bless.